just some last minute tidying up. I have to just scoop it up there. The coach is supposed to, 2 coaches are supposed to be here in about the next sort of 6 minutes. So I would think they'll be on time because most of them are military. So where are you all from?
Bangladesh, Indonesia, India,
North Macedonia,
Italy, Israel,
Afghanistan, Yorkshire.
You see the tight one over there? There's a pin come out the roller on the chipper, so they've got the digger just lifting it up there and they're going to put the pin back in. Hopefully it'll be working again. Where is it? It's got a chem saver crack, so we're just going to change it to a new one. Just fixed that chem saver that's split, so Adam's now off back out putting liquid on. Hopefully it's dried up enough that it won't be damaging any soil structure or making any puddles or wheel marks. This is the John Deere engine going up the hill. Occasionally we park machines in the yard to make it challenging to get on the weighbridge. Genuine open field wagon picking up open field oilseed rape. I'll just guide them back into the shed because it's quite a dark hole to back into. The camera doesn't show it, but it's so awkward backing in. So I'm hungry and no one else is, because while I was showing the RCD group round, they all had a breakfast from the cafe up the road. So it's 12 o'clock and I'm starving and they're like, oh, we're fine till later. Great. So this was where the ram was pitted yesterday, so I put JB weld on it, which sets like steel. I'm just going to rub it down with some sandpaper and get it smooth so it doesn't pinch the new seals. So I've ground them down now with the sandpaper, just rubbing this one now. It's still a bit soft, so it's quite easy. But at least now it won't have any sharp bits in the chrome that'll damage the new seals and pinch them. If you look now, just took the top off. There you go, that's the JB weld now sat in the bottom of the hole and it's nice and smooth. So just do them other 3 bits and then ready to put it back together. There we go. Nice and smooth now, no rough bits on it at all that are going to nick the seals. So I'll screw this in now, get it somewhere near, then I'll put these, see the air coming out because it's such a tight seal. I'll put these rollers into that hole there, these bits of rubber, and then they'll stop it, they'll lock it when it gets close down, like on that notch there. So as I screw it now, they want to roll and jam. You can see them moving. They're jamming the thread. So I'll put these little rubber blocks in. They'll hold the dowel away from the hole, from the sort of like the pinch point at the edge. But then when it tries to roll the other way, it'll jam because the rubber's the opposite side. So it'll allow me to screw it together, but not screw it apart very easily. So I'll put them in there like that. Then one on the other side. Can't get it in with one hand. So now I spin this like that. Tightens up. The little bit of rubber stops the roller going to the left in that gap. You see for the shadows, but then when I try and turn it the other way, the roller rolls to the other side and jams. So that's the plunger screwed back onto the piston rod now. The end cap's on, ready to put the cylinder back on. The locking devices are in place there. I am just going to tap it to lock it a bit more with a hammer because I don't want that coming unscrewed, because that's what happened to the other one that was off the road the other week. That piston come off the end of the rod and then it wouldn't tip or do anything. Now just going to put the seals back onto this piston. I'd laid them all out last night on the floor in the order I took them off, so I knew which way to put them back on, and a senior member of staff decided to put them all away into the cab and has jumbled them all up. So luckily I'd taken a photograph, but yeah, I'd left it strategically left out for a reason. Just going to clean the cylinder out now, slide it back together. Just going to make sure there's no dirt in there. So just clean it out with brake cleaner, because little bits of grit in that will wear the seals away and damage it inside. The cylinder's now screwed onto the piston, so that's all back together. The check valve's back on. Just stand it up now, put the pin back in the top, and then put the pipes back on and it's done. back on now, so I'm just going to try it. So we'll have a bit of air in the system, but then hopefully it should start to work. It tips the ram now. It's obviously got air in it, so wait for the air to come out. Yeah, go on, hold it, because it'll have air in it. There we go. Doesn't look leaking. All looking nice. Basically, it pushes oil in the bottom, which pushes the piston up that way. It makes it go one way. If you push oil on the top, it pushes it the other way. There we go. That'll do. Aren't you supposed to be finishing the garden, not playing in the boat? What are you doing? Putting the water pump in? It'll aerate it, won't it, for fish? Must be dinner time. All the worker bees are parked up by the workshop and the brew room. So that's the weather we've currently got. Nice blue skies, little wispy clouds, and that black is on its way. Filling in the chaps form for the drill. Got to fill that in, scan it back, send it off, so I don't have to go in the branch, do the electronic transfer. And the transport apparently is sorted for Thursday to bring the drill over, so that should be good. Project rebuild barn. The lads put this foot in yesterday while we were tidying up. I've got the bricks sort of ready to go, which is what come down out of it originally, but some were cracked, so some are from Rich's old farmhouse, but they're the same. And they're just starting to build up this corner now. But they're all different sizes, so they've got quite a big, deep mortar joint, but that'll all get tidied up later. Little Andrew knocking his pallet over. Oh no, he's done it. And the pallet's not even broke. Watch the dog, or whatever you call it. Here he comes. Flashing the lights. The new one's actually even quicker on the road. This is the last field of wheat now to put liquid fertiliser on, and then we're on to the barley. We'd like to have had it all finished really, but because of the weather we couldn't. Then we've got one more field that we're going to put a few bags on so that we're not carrying them around the shed all year. It's a bit hard to see because the sun's blinding the camera, but he's just started spraying now, so you can see it coming out in streams. Last field of spring barley that we drilled was going to give you an albino barley update, but last time I was here it obviously turned back green, but we've now got yellow, and that's because, can't really see there, can you? But you can see over here, that's wet stress. So where it's got wet roots, it's not liking it and it's going all yellow. That's the bit that we patched up. It's obviously got water on it, that's still green. Funnily enough, that's not gone yellow yet, but it's still got time. This was the one that we drilled with the Vadistad, Bill's Vadistad. You see it's not as good. That's because it didn't have the contour following to go down this grit, this sort of like divot here that we've got, because it obviously used to be carrot beds last year, and it's not, we couldn't level it out that well because it was a bit wet. Whereas the Horse or the John Deere won't do that because it can follow the contours and get it into the right seed depth. I walked a bit further into the field. The gateway's obviously over there, nice and green, and then got these yellow patches, like depressions in the field where it's like struggling, because I know we wanted rain, but the sort of 2 inches that we've had hasn't furred up well on this ground because it needs some better drainage in it. This is where we think it's blocked in the corner over there, and it's dying off a bit there as well. On a whole though, it's probably, I don't know, 15-20% of the field that's like that. So if the rest of it yields okay, we can cope with that. But if we'd have waited for that to totally dry up, or we'd have tried draining it before we put a crop in it, then there would have been nothing on the field, would there? That's how close to the airport we are. The airport's literally behind the trees over there where that plane's heading. It's like the damaged ferry's been out and bent that pipe. That should be straight up. If it's been in there and damaged it, when we straighten that, it'll probably shear off and snap. Great. Obviously there's no quiz question yesterday because I was talking about what we think we should put on the back of the trailers. Lots of good suggestions about different things. So I think I might get some made up and put them on anyway on the back of the trailers to warn people that if they overtake us and we're going slow, there might be a cyclist or something else in front. Could even be a horse. Today's quiz question is, does anyone know what that is inside the wheel of the fence? There's one on the other side as well. So they've made use of every space of the tractor, but that literally lives inside the rim of the wheel. If you think you know, leave a comment below. That's about it for today. Nothing on the blackboard today. I've found out why my black pen's gone missing. Adam's mate Neil tried it in the rat trap and it smashed it. So I need a new black pen because you can't see anything else other than black on white in a video for some reason. Bit of a strange day today. Obviously the RCD, Royal College of Defence Studies, have visited this morning. So they came on 2 coaches. You saw a small group of them in the video today, but because they had to stay in different groups and different sort of what's it called, bubbles, that's the word. Split them up into groups, showed them around. So basically they're learning about everything to do with running a country. So they'll be military leaders or foreign diplomats or people that basically run countries, whether they be voted into parliament in their countries or different things like that. So they'll go and look at agriculture, they'll go and look at hospitals, they'll go and look at prison services, they'll go and look at how food's grown, how food's processed, how roads work, literally everything. So if a country ever was at war, it'd know how to run itself or rebuild itself or whatever, and also gaining allies and different things like that throughout the Commonwealth or throughout the world, people that are on it. So different countries will send them to London, and then they'll spend 9 months studying at the Royal College of Defence Studies how to make countries work. So great to meet them all today from all over the world, like I say, really interesting people. And some of them might be watching this tonight now because we were all interested about how YouTube works. So if they are, hi again, it's me. Oh yeah, don't forget as well, if you want to follow another video, it's here. If you want to subscribe, click here. And we've obviously got loads of new subscribers recently, so again, just leave a comment on where you're watching from. I want to just see how far over the globe this is spreading. So I'll see you all tomorrow anyway. I've got outro now sent in from Harry, so here's that.